Hunting for pigs and kangaroos is a popular pastime in the Kimberley, but John Szymanski and his team aren't hunting animals. They're hunting for weeds.
Okay, let's get our gear.
It's almost 40 degrees, but the group known as Team RubberVine sets a cracking pace.
We do aerial surveys, and we did one, and we found a rubber vine just over there, about 80 metres, so that's what we're going to come here to kill.
Rubbervine is a thick, leafy, introduced species, but in this remote and rugged country, locating a single plant is no easy task. Today, the search is taking the team down the Fitzroy River, a waterway famed for its large saltwater crocodiles.
This time of year, the only way to access this plant is by chopper or by boat and then walking. So boat's cheap, so we're just going to go by boat.
Using GPS coordinates recorded earlier, John soon spots his foe.
Okay, there he is, guys. Right, he's climbing up. This is the one that was found by the chopper. Okay, on there.
It'll now be torn down and destroyed.
What do you call this technique?
Just wrestling.
Rubbervine is tenacious and can spread quickly, so every last trace of the plant has to be removed.
What have we got left up there? Okay. Well, the good thing is we've got it all down easily now. So now we just dissect it piece by piece and look for pods.
After months in the field, John Szymanski's wife Michelle has the technique down pat.
And I'm seeing if there's any seed pods hanging from them. And then if it is, we cut those off and then we bag them and then we take them home and we burn them.
The final step is applying a chemical to make sure the plant won't regrow.
So we just apply the vigilant. That's it. He's dead.
Rubbervine was introduced to Australia in the 1860s, and it's since spread from Queensland to 2 patches of land in the Kimberley. It's considered one of the most destructive weeds in the country, ruining millions of dollars worth of pastoral land and strangling native vegetation.
These vines are smotherers, so they'll actually grow over trees, block out the light of the trees and kill those trees. So all you would see is rubbervine. It would be a monoculture of just this plant. And then that results in the fauna disappearing as well. Pigs love it, the feral pigs, because that's almost the only thing that can actually get in there. In Queensland, they have to use bulldozers to get through it. Right. Okay. Just give me a bit on a bit of weight there, big fella. Oh, yeah, up there. Righto, I'm on it.
4 years ago, school psychologist John Szymanski was recruited to head up Team Rubbervine to try to wipe out the Kimberley infestations. There's a sense of urgency to halt the plant spread before it gets out of control.
We're really lucky that the Kimberley is relatively pristine. Like the northern Kimberley still has no loss of mammals in that area, so we want to be protecting that and getting on top of the weeds while their distribution is low. As it expands, they're far harder to manage and the cost can just become extreme.
As well as scouring the land on foot, helicopters have been used to access remote areas. The plants are photographed from the air and then tracked down and killed by hand.
In the wet season, when we do our chopper flying, the most standout feature of rubbervine that we're looking for are the white flowers. And so when everything is so green at the end of the wet and rubbervine is so lush, those white flowers just stick out.
So they're really a blessing to have.
They are. And the thing is too, there are only a few plants in this whole area that actually have white flowers.
Helping out are 2 local Aboriginal men who bring excellent spotting skills and a determination to protect their country.
The job seemed to suit us for giving something back to the bush instead of taking all the time. And we've had good luck fishing since.
Douglas McCasker lives in the nearby town of Derby and over the years has watched rubbervine encroach on the precious Fitzroy River.
It grows so well, does so well. but it's just in the wrong country, you know. It don't belong here. And what it does in Queensland, we don't want it over here. You know, we enjoy our rivers and that, and I hate to see this just, you know, overtake everything.
Team RubberVine has proved a resounding success. Faced with a daunting 265 square kilometre infestation, these 4 people have removed 300,000 plants, or 99.9% of the weeds. And they've done it ahead of schedule.
It's almost gone. You know, we are so far ahead of it. Now eradication actually is achievable, right? And that's really something. There are few, almost none, no successful eradication projects of this size.
It's a rare success story in the rather bleak picture of weed invasions in northern Australia. Dozens of introduced species have quietly established themselves here.
Yeah, I think it's a really big issue for the Kimberley that's very understated, and probably, you know, it's one of the less kind of sexy issues of concern for, or threats to the natural environment.
This is it.
Kylie Wetherill is also on the front line of the fight to keep weeds out of the Kimberley. She runs a volunteer program in the town of Broome.
Yeah, it's just nice to get out and learn about the plants and get your hands dirty, do a bit of activity, socialise a little bit.
Their focus is eradicating weeds from a strip of coastal bushland called Minya Park. There's no pastoral land at risk, but the weeds could kill off the endangered monsoonal vine thicket in an area that's of great cultural significance to the local Yaru people.
One of the things that we found in Minya Park is over the last 20 years, the weeds have grown a lot in Minya Park, so people who've lived locally have really noticed there's been a huge increase in weeds here.
The volunteer group is trying to showcase what can be achieved literally at a grassroots level. They know they'll have to be in it for the long haul.
Because weeding is really all about that, you know, repeated visits. You've got to come back not only this year and next year, but, you know, for probably 5 to 10 years after you've weeded an area to make sure that those weeds don't regenerate.
At the more high-tech end of the spectrum is the lab work being done thousands of kilometres away to tackle the same problem. The CSIRO has set its sights on a fast-spreading species of weed, a plant with the rather unflattering name stinking passion flower.
This weed in particular is very widespread in the Kimberley. It's right across the region. It even goes down into certain parts of the Pilbara, and it's dispersed very well by almost anything, any animals in the area. Its seeds are very small, its fruits are eaten by a lot of birds, by flying foxes and by dingoes as well.
The CSIRO's aim is to create a biological control that will kill off the weed without expensive and exhausting fieldwork.
It is a much better solution than what we have at the moment, where really it's just window dressing in areas of high tourism. The only solutions that we have at the moment are mechanical control, and literally that consists of people going out into the field and baling this up, rolling it along the ground, making big bales and taking it away. And look, while I think that's really important in areas of high tourism value such as Geeky Gorge and around Mitchell Falls, it's only a temporary solution.
But as is so often the case, money is a challenge. Biological solutions can be slow and expensive to find. The CSIRO team is negotiating funding for its next phase of research. If it's successful, we'll be able to resume its work in the next few months. But back in the Fitzroy Valley, the race is on to hack down the last remaining handful of rubbervine plants before the weed can re-establish its grip. But here also, money is an issue.
My concern is that state government, other funding bodies find something else that's sexy to do. We've just got to finish this job. We've invested, probably right now, seriously, probably nearly $3 million over the last, since 2005. Okay, so 10 years. We've got to invest another $1 million or so, and that'll finish the job.
The stakes are high for a region that markets itself as an untouched wilderness and boasts a cattle industry worth $160 million a year. But there's optimism that with a combination of high-end science and raw physical exertion, the weeds can be kept at bay.
and we're really hitting them hard now. So we've definitely made further steps forward to either containing the weed species, reducing their distribution, or possibly eradicating some of them. But it is going to be a constant issue.
You've actually come past there.